Just something about a middle-aged man that loves watching people do the thumbnail, I guess. Another day, another market. I'm so frazzled this morning. I have been running late to everything. I don't have any nails on. Anyway, I'm untangling some necklaces. My name is Riley and I make vintage and small business content. We're at VTGCLT today. We're at Vintage Charlotte. This is one of my favorite markets that I do on a yearly basis. It is organized so well. Great branding, great advertising, easy load in, easy load out, and I've got a good spot today. So I'm feeling very spoiled as well. But because of that, I also feel like the stakes are high. Like I want to do a good job and have a good setup so that they give me a good spot again. And luckily I was able to set up pretty much everything yesterday except jewelry and shoes, which I'm doing now. But a couple things I also need to make sure I do before people arrive to start shopping is change out the shoelaces in my shoes because my shoelaces are basically hanging on by a thread, and I need to glue fake nails on, and I need to get some B-roll for this video. Oh, I also need to change and like accessorize. I don't have any rings on and I don't have my glasses chain, and I gotta represent a little bit, you know? Can't be wearing a crew neck to a vintage market. Cheers. Oh, that is delicious. Oh, shout out Tipsy Pickle for a coconut matcha. That is fabulous. Wow. I'm gonna continue doing this little jewelry organization and we'll touch base again shortly. I got these shoes. They're 90s Zodiac Stomper shoes from the Wake Forest University costume shop my senior year. I worked in the costume shop and my old boss and I were doing like backstock, like costume inventory liquidation. And she gave me some of the stuff that they were getting rid of. So I got these shoes for free. Shout out Wake Forest University costume shop. Love y'all down. Damn, I cannot even get these shoelaces out of the shoes because they're getting like degloved. Learned that word because I've been watching The Pit. Pretty good show. I feel so low energy. I feel like I do this every time I vlog. I'm like hanging on by a thread in terms of energy levels and I need to rally. I really just like need to wake up. I need scissors actually is what I need. Oh, there we go. So I set everything up yesterday, got to Charlotte Thursday night, did a little remote working day on Friday, and then at the end of the workday on Friday, I set everything up, and now it's Saturday, and I'm here. And the market goes from 10 to 5, and it's about 8:30 right now, so I want to get here with plenty of time to fix my shoes, glue on some press-ons, and settle in and get some content before the day starts. I do not come to Charlotte very often because it's like a 3-hour drive. I love coming to Charlotte because my friend Kayla lives here and it's always a nice opportunity to see her. I've had to become a lot more selective with the markets that I do in Charlotte because the drive just really has been taking a toll on me. Not to mention gas prices are insane right now. It's like basically $4 a gallon, but these vintage CLT markets are definitely worth the drive. Oh, thank you. I've got to check in. Whoops. Everybody puts a lot of care and attention into their setup, which I like to see. And that also means that a lot of my friends are here, so it's nice to hang out. I'm actually booth neighbors with some of my vintage besties today at Find Your Threads Co. and at Miracle Vintage are my next door neighbors today. Love that. I'm gonna sneeze. I gotta take allergy medicine too. I'm actually doing a doubleheader weekend. I have a market in Raleigh tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to drive back to Raleigh tonight. And that was not my original plan. I was gonna stay another night with Kayla, but alas, Trunk Show had other ideas. So we'll be doing a chill little 3-hour drive back to Raleigh tonight. Shoes done. So much better. Okay, sweatshirt off. I'm gonna attempt to like accessorize a little bit and we'll see how that goes. I can't tell if this belt looks dumb. You know, it might, and that's okay. It's not uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna leave it on. And if I watch this video back and I'm like, wow, that looked so dumb, then I'll just never wear it again. This cool vintage dice necklace that I got like 3 years ago, and I don't wear it that often because I have like my staple necklaces that I wear all the time, but I've been wanting to wear this one more often because it's just so cool and I want to accessorize a little bit more. Similarly, I've decided I want to integrate a glasses chain as part of my like regular look, a little librarian core. I'm in the early stages of implementing it, so TBD on if it'll last, but for now it's fun. It's a little something different for the look. And then I've got my rings as well, which I'll put on after I glue some nails on. It's something. You know, it's fine because I'm gonna be sitting down most of the day anyway. Okay, I came outside to do my nails for a little change of scenery, and because I can't really get to my chair easily, thought I could enjoy a little Sunshine. That music is pretty loud. I'm getting kind of blinded also. In spite of it all, I persevere. Today we're doing some Olive and June Christmas nails because these are the only nails I have left right now. I just ordered a 10-pack of Chill House nails to try a different brand. My friend Gabriella got me a set of Chill House nails for my birthday last year, and they were awesome. I have horrible nails. I'm talking not much surface area to work with. And those Chill House nails lasted like 8 days, which is so good. My Olive and June nails usually last like 4. I'm super excited to get like a full pack of them and see if they are consistently that reliable. But in the meantime, we got one more set of Olive and June. It's been a while since I've done a vintage market vlog. I think the last one I did was, gosh, September, when I was traumatized in Charleston from the torrential downpour that opened up on me and I had to leave my rugs behind. Wow, that was so sad. I love doing an indoor market because you can usually set up in advance and you don't have to worry about weather. I have so much weather trauma from markets, honestly. I've been really trying to take it slow on markets this year because I think I burnt myself out pretty bad last year. I did like 35 markets last year. What's tough about that is so many of them were not amazing. I experimented with some new markets, tried some new ones out, and they didn't really pay off, and I was driving pretty far for them. So I've decided this year just to stick to the markets that are reliable for me and putting more of my business energy into social media and vendor spaces like the Durham Vintage Collective and listing online when I have the bandwidth. I have to blow my nose, I'm so sorry. Pardon this. Pull your ears. April is also kind of my busiest month for markets. It always has been, even before I filtered down a little bit. I think I did 6 markets in April last year. I'm doing 3 markets this year. Oh, something else that's exciting that I can tell you about is I won a grant for my business last month through Wake Tech and the Cary Chamber of Commerce. It was a big boy grant. I had to do a 3-minute pitch. It was like I was on Shark Tank. So I'm so excited about that. The funding is going to go towards a website. So I'll be able to do some online drops. I haven't gotten the grant money yet, but once I do, I'll start working with a web designer and get that up and going. So hopefully I'll have a website by the fall. I hope that's not unrealistic. Every month I'm accomplishing more and more business goals, which is a really good feeling. I'm just trying to channel my energy more intentionally. In addition to grant money and trying to put my business out there more and being more selective with markets, I'm being more selective with inventory as well. I have been trying to lean into a lot more Euro vintage because got myself a little plug out there and I think it's working out really well. I've been really happy with the inventory that I've gotten so far. I've just got over 100 pieces of Euro vintage in the mail and I've got another 100 pieces coming in like 2 weeks and then another 50 pieces coming after that. So stay tuned for those reveals. Follow me on Instagram at FindersKeepersPod if you want to see what Euro vintage I end up getting. I've also been making my own matcha at home a lot more recently because I cannot keep paying $8 for matcha that's not even that good, with the exception of Tipsy Pickle. This is actually quite delicious. But I got Nami matcha, like the matcha powder, to start making my own. And we were off to a rough start. I was not naturally gifted at making my own matcha, but I think I've gotten a lot better. I was gonna do a social media series where I like walked people through like my journey of learning how to make matcha properly. And then I was making a matcha every day and I was like, I cannot film the same thing every day. So I kind of gave up on that series before I even started, but just trust that it's going well. I think it's become quite good now. I'm gonna lock in and try to get these glued on now. That is something I've noticed about myself when I film videos is I be talking and not in a good way. It's like, geez, I'm tired of hearing myself drone on. Can we speed past this? Mail reveal on the chilling side, and we'll get some B-roll. Perfect. I know, isn't it cute? Good, thank you. Would you like a bag? Yeah, you're all set. And you're good to go. Thank you so much. Hello. Perfect. Do you want a bag for him? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good one. You're good to go. Thank you so much. It is 2 p.m., so we've got like 3 hours left in the event. It's been a really good day. It's been nice and steady. I would do dirty things for a Diet Coke right now. I need a Diet Coke so bad. I've sold some of my favorite pieces. I've sold the black beaded Betsy Johnson cardigan. I sold the dress off the mannequin. I sold the tan beaded Euro vintage dress, and those were big wins in my book, some of my personal favorites. I've also sold a couple pieces that I've had for a while that I was like, these are great pieces. I don't know why they haven't sold yet. They just need their perfect home, and they found their perfect home today. So that was a great feeling. I think my friend Kayla is going to come shortly, and we'll have a little kiki. So I'm excited for that. I'm curious to see if she finds anything for herself. I think she's always really good about doing a little vintage shopping and finding some really unique pieces. So I'm eager for her to take a lap, and then I'll live vicariously through her. Like always, I feel like I say this literally every market. I have to rally, hence the need for the Diet Coke. I'm really hoping I can get home to Raleigh area by 10 p.m. tonight, so that way I can get some good sleep before my market tomorrow. But nonetheless, it has been a solid afternoon. I appreciate having a space up front. I think that's really helped with the traffic, and it's always lovely to hear people's reaction to my booth and hear the kiki and the ooh and eyeing over the Bessie Johnson and the sparkles. So looking forward to more of that in the next 3 hours. Morale is pretty low right now. I just broke my silver, well, I did not break it. My silver rack just broke, like my showcase rack, which is very disheartening because that's where all of my favorite pieces lived. I don't even really know what happened. I think like a stroller caught it and pulled it down with it, and now it has a permanent lean. So I took it out of the center, and then I got a burger and I ordered it on a lettuce wrap, and then it did not come on a lettuce wrap. It came in a pile of lettuce. So it was like a burger salad, which was really disappointing. So I've taken a couple L's here, but luckily there's only an hour left, so I don't have to be in my feels about it for too long. But I am so bummed about that rack. It's brand new. So I don't know what to do. Hopefully I can like tighten it or fix it somehow. But my space feels so empty and bare now because it's out of the center, and I'm like feeling vulnerable and kind of embarrassed because I'm so exposed because that rack was kind of hiding me. So that's the update. Fingers crossed that nothing else breaks in the meantime. I feel like I can not have an uneventful market these days. It is always something, and I hate that feeling. But it'll be fine. I've already made a lot of good sales. I've sold a lot of my favorite pieces thanks to the showcase rack. So hopefully we can rehabilitate her soon.
Hi, my name is Marianne. My shop is Find Your Threads, and this is currently my favorite piece in my shop. She is Betsy Johnson. She's chill. She's waiting for her perfect owner to come and get her, but she's adorable. So if anybody wants her, let me know.
Live from the market, it's Kayla.
Hi, it's Kayla. I'm here like I usually am to harass Riley in her booth, having a blast. It's also very hot in here, so I'm so sorry.
Something else that was really upsetting about that whole rack falling over ordeal is that it was falling as I noticed a customer in my booth that had one of my original Finders Keepers tote bags. Seeing that in the wild like 2 years after I stopped offering them is crazy, and I wanted to talk to her and be like, oh my god, thank you so much for coming back and for having that bag still. And then the rack fell over and I couldn't even talk to her. So that was really upsetting, but I'm not gonna let it define me. I actually have one more thought about the struggles of this afternoon. I feel like I always have something low-key frustrating or low-key inconvenient happen during a market. And sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, am I just sensitive and I don't know how to manage my own stress because this happens all the time? Or is this normal? And I think honestly, it is kind of normal. Like I feel like stuff goes wrong at vintage markets, at least individually, pretty often. Like stuff breaks, stuff doesn't fit in the car perfectly, hangers break, whatever. And that's just part of the experience. And I got to remind myself that that's literally the point of why I started this channel, was to document just how much work I put into this and to be able to watch my hard work pay off in real time and go back and watch the archives of it as well. That's literally why I started a YouTube channel, is to have a document of how I respond to stress and how I work hard and to watch the business grow over time. So telling myself that to make myself feel better about the challenges of today, and they weren't even that big. Like I've definitely had worse days. So reminding myself that it's all fine and I'm a girl boss and it's fine, and this is just a little blip in the day and I can handle a broken rack. It's not like I got caught in a torrential downpour again. So calming down, Riley. Okay, well, the market's basically over. I did sell another Betsy Johnson item right at the very end, which is a great feeling, especially considering it was a rough last hour between the lettuce wrap and the rack falling over. So glad I still rehomed some pieces that I really liked and was eager to rehome, and that I got to hang out with my friends and get a Diet Coke. It was all worth it in the end. I am super tired. I'm ready to go home. So I'm going to focus time lock in, pack everything up as quickly as possible so that I can get home and do it all again tomorrow in Raleigh. Thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked this video and want to see more behind the scenes of a day in the life at a vintage market as a seller. I've been trying really hard to come up with more like B2C content. So if you are not a vintage business owner and you like the content that I create, I'd be interested in knowing what kind of videos you want to see. I feel like a lot of the videos that I create are more like vendor focused. So drop your video ideas in the comments below and I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks, Charlotte. Thanks, North Carolina. And thank you, everyone else. Bye-bye.